Okay, looking at this gorgeous little fellow who is back to see us, he has developed another lump, but it's not in the original location. I'm just checking his ears out. We'll need to do those later as well. We're not so much worried about those, but he has developed another lump, which is not in the original location, which was down right where the scent gland is. But this one is a sebaceous cyst, which again, looking at a guinea pig, you can't really tell if anything's going on, but underneath here, he's developed quite a large, look at that, sebaceous cyst. So we're going to clip back here, the hair around this area, so we can see a little bit more about what's going on. Oh boy, it's quite a big lump. There's a bit of hay caught in there. Let's just make quite a big margin around. Hair will grow back, of course, so that's not a problem. And then we can start to see how big this is. Now, we often talk about how we know if something is a sebaceous cyst as opposed to an abscess, or, you know, something a lot nastier. And in this instance, one of the telltale signs with a sebaceous cyst is that the contents are really malleable. So we can actually, hopefully the camera's picking this up, but if I sort of create an indent, you can still see how it's indented. It's almost like plasticine. So that tells me this is a sebaceous cyst. It's a really simple way to gauge that on a guinea pig, but it's a pretty good indication. I haven't known it to fail, and in that sense is really good. When we look at cancerous tumours on guinea pigs, they don't change shape. They're also very, very rare by comparison, where sebaceous cysts are common. Now this little fellow, because he's had a sebaceous cyst again about maybe a year ago now, you know, this is another one that's formed. The reason they form is something that could have obstructed the hair or the coat, could have been an issue or damage to the skin tissue that's brought about infection, but you can see this is really quite large by comparison. So we're going to see if we can treat this and have that corrected for him. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, this is really quite numb. I'm going to see if we can remove this carefully. Now this whole area has actually been numbed with lignocaine. He can feel the pressure. He knows something's going on there. Good boy. Let's get this all out for you. You can see it's really just thick, malleable cottage cheese-like material that we're removing out of there. I know, poor little fella. It was quite a big sebaceous cyst. And it is important that you have the right pain relief on board. So with this, we have removed that very, very easily, and in a moment we're going to flush that I'm literally just holding that edge, and it looks much more colourful because he has a white coat in that sense, but that has very easily come away. There's still some residual content there which we're just going to work out and flush out, and then we're done. That's it. That's all we're going to do. Just making sure that's completely out. There we go. Good boy. Yes. And I'm just applying a little bit of pressure to that edge. Good boy. Where that little bloodline was. That's going to feel a whole lot better. It's starting to bother you. Good boy. You can see right now he actually can't feel that tissue. I'm squeezing quite hard. He can't feel that. If we had some food that you could munch on that. But they can feel the pressure, which he knows the pressure is, something's happening in that area. But it's really important. Pain management with anything like this is absolutely paramount. Okay, now we're just going to flush that with Debrazol, which is our preferred liquid for doing this. It really works very well. And what I would say is that if you don't have access to Debrazol, people often will refer to betadine, or there are other options, and maybe I can list those down the bottom for you. In the past, there were others that we used, but we've found by far Debrazol is the one that will do best at this. This is the Debrazol, and what we're going to do is just put that into that little area and just flush. So it looks, as we wash everything out, it looks, and there's a little bit more cheesiness still there. We simply wash it all out. Good. Wash and flush. Good. Wash and flush. Good boy. You are such a good little fella. Yes, you are. Good boy. Ugh. Till we see that really flat and lovely and well flushed. Good. It does look really messy down there indeed, but you can see we have no blood loss. We have dealt with the cyst, and we're going to pop him down. I'm just going to clear up a little bit of that hair. We don't want any residual hair. Sorry, sweetie pie. We don't want any hair around that location, and even this hair that can drop down, we're going to remove so that it can stay completely fine. And just again apply a little bit of pressure just to that edge. What a good little fella you are. What a good little fella. Yes, you are. Okay. Because that was quite wide in the area that we needed to cut, I'm just making sure that the bleeding has stopped on that little top edge sufficiently. That's all we need. That's exactly how we're going to leave it. We will come back and we will apply some terramycin spray later, but not at the moment. Let's pop you down here where you can have some food. And then, it's very colourful, but looking at the content of what has come out, you can see the consistency of that is just pus-like lumpy material. That's it. That's all we have. And no cyst No sac to remove. We simply flush and treat as we have done, and that will be sufficient. We will need to reflush that again, possibly in a week, but I'll keep you posted.